Namaste. I'm Alakananda Ma, Ayurvedic doctor and principal of Alandi Ayurveda Gurukula, a unique apprenticeship style Ayurveda school in Boulder, Colorado, with 2 and 4 year programs offering the highest level of Ayurvedic education that you can get outside India. So today we're going to talk about some tips for premenopausal bleeding. This is for many women the first sign that you're heading towards your change of life, and it can happen anytime after 40. So the first change that so many women see is more frequent and heavier menses. Check that out with your OBGYN because we want to make sure that it's just a normal part of your change of life and not anything that needs treatment. Sometimes heavy bleeding could be a symptom of a fibroid or occasionally even cancer of the uterus, but most often could be to do with the fibroid. So do get it checked out. And when I'm mentioning get it checked out, I just want us to understand what getting a pap smear does tell you and doesn't tell you, because women have often said to me, my pap's normal, so I'm fine. All your pap smear is telling you about is the cells of your cervix. Are they normal, or have you got some kind of dysplasia of your cervix? So spotting could be a symptom of cervical dysplasia or cervical cancer. So that's where a pap smear can come in handy if you're having spotting, but it's not going to tell you about your uterus, about your womb. For that, you probably need to get an ultrasound and make sure you actually talk to your OBGYN. Okay? The other thing you should probably do with a change of your bleeding, if that's difficult or uncomfortable for you, make sure to come and see us in clinic, either in person or virtually, because we have all kinds of wonderful herbs and tinctures and so on that we can provide you with to help with the symptoms. So what's going on? While childhood was your comfort time of life, adulthood is your pitta time, and then old age is going to be your vata time. So as you get past 40 and you start heading towards your menopause, it's the closing part of your pitta time of life. And all that pitta has been building up for years and years. So we really need to be taking care of pitta at this time. That means try to follow a pitta soothing diet, staying away from things that are really sour, like grapefruit, a lot of tomato sauces, a lot of eggplants, just not having your food be very salty, and not having it be pungent. Pungent means burny, like chilies. Trying to stay away from those hot, burny spices. Yes, fresh ginger, that's a very nice thing for pitta. Little bit of black pepper is okay too, but cool it on the chilies, because that is going to provoke your pitta. So try to follow a pitta soothing diet with plenty of vegetables, because vegetables mostly go with the sweet, bitter, and astringent tastes that are nice for pitta. If you've got vata important in your constitution, the taste that helps both vata and pitta is the sweet taste. And that's not just having a little bit of dessert or, of course, dark chocolate here and there. That's also having your grains, your dals, and your sweet vegetables like sweet potatoes and squashes and asparagus and so on. So follow a vata pitta soothing diet if you're vata. If you're kapha, the tastes that are good for both pitta and kapha are going to be your bitter and astringent tastes, which you'll find by eating lots and lots of vegetables and some salads too. So following a pitta soothing diet, and then what about a pitta soothing lifestyle? Is there a way that you can start to make your life calmer and more nurturing? Okay, I know it's tough. You're in the height of your career, you're in the height of child rearing, you're getting everyone packed up off to school, then off to work, then coming home, making supper, getting the kids to do their homework. But think about it. Look at the ways you could make your life calmer and more nurturing. Because as you're heading towards your change of life, you're going to need to start thinking about you, something you may have forgotten from the moment you had your first baby. A great way to calm pitta, if you can accomplish it. I know you may be having to deal with all the bills and all the rest of the stuff after the kids have finally gone to bed, but can you get to bed by 10 p.m.? That would be lovely because 10 p.m. is when the pitta time of night starts. So if things can be calm, relaxed, lights down, lights low, ideally in bed, that'd be brilliant. Can you get an hour before you get to bed to journal, read something not too thrilling, chat with your husband, do some spiritual reading, sorry, husband or wife, and just do your spiritual reading and calm down. What about a little bit of mild purgation is so nice for pitta. So one of our favorite pitta herbs is called amlaki. And you can make a tea with that, half a teaspoon of amlaki, steep it for 10 minutes in some boiling water, strain or decant it, sip it towards bedtime or first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Make sure you get a good bowel movement every day because that is very good for calming your pitta. Well, another problem with heavy bleeding is it's going to reduce your iron levels. And that can become kind of a vicious cycle because if your iron levels are low, your blood vessels won't close properly and you'll bleed more. So really want to make sure you take care of your iron levels. If you do come into clinic, we'll get you our lovely iron tincture. And if not, make sure you're taking something and taking iron-rich foods. A home remedy that's wonderful for heavy menstrual bleeding is aloe vera. Take a couple of tablespoons of aloe vera gel in some warm or cool water 2 or 3 times a day. That's very, very good for heavy bleeding. And then there is a herbal combination, Shatavari Kalpa. It is made from the wonderful herb for women, wonderful herb for pitta, Shatavari. It's made from Shatavari and it has some other nice digestive things in it as well. And that is a beautiful remedy for pitta. So do take care of your premenopausal bleeding. And this is just a little bite, but I have a whole virtual class coming up. You can join in person or you can join on self-paced or any combination. It's starting on September 4th, so make the most of the opportunity to learn more about premenopause, menopause, postmenopause, and the spiritual aspects of your change of life and overall about Ayurveda and your hormones. Namaste.